In this movie, we're going to be talking about making our buttons inline. Now, by default, when you add data role equals button to an anchor tag, it'll create a block level button. In other words, this means that the button will be as short as possible and it'll spread out as wide as possible. So in this case, we can see our page 2 button taking up 100% of the available width. We can even confirm this by right-clicking and choosing Inspect Element and looking at our content div. You can see that yellow around the edge. That yellow is the padding. And sure enough, the button is taking up all of the available space inside of that div. So let's talk about how to make these buttons inline. Once again, jQuery Mobile makes things very easy. In order to make this button inline, we say data inline equals true. If we save that, go back over here and refresh, now you'll notice the button doesn't take up the entire available width. It only takes up as much width as it has to in order to show the content inside of it. This means that if we take this page 2 button and we make it a little bit longer, like that, you'll notice that the button width expands when we press refresh. Now, we can also take multiple of these anchor tags and put them next to each other, just copying and pasting there. And that looks like this. And that's because they're acting as if they're inline elements instead of block level elements, meaning multiple elements can exist on the same line. Now, if you want these buttons to spread out across the screen, with each of them occupying 1/3 of the screen, go ahead and take a look at our lesson on content column grids. In that situation, you would create normal buttons and not set them to data inline equals true, but you would wrap them inside of containers, and those containers would give them their width. Now, additionally, of course, you can take these buttons and you can make them mini by typing data mini equals true. And now we have mini buttons. It's pretty fantastic how easy that is. So that concludes this lesson on inline buttons.